my name is Hannah Lee, and I am interested in obtaining a part-time position in the School of Nutrition and Health Promotion. I graduated from ASU in 2003 with a Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Ed, and then I was hired on as a Student Support Specialist. I realized that I wanted to work with college students, so I went back to school and received my Master's in Educational Leadership. My teaching philosophy is simple. I must passionately educate my student about the importance of healthy eating so that they can educate children and adult learners. In order to be an effective teacher, the content I'm presenting must capture the attention of my student population. It needs to be made personal and tangible to students so that they can grasp the information being taught. In order to be an effective teacher for the students who have a hard time grasping content, I must adjust my teaching strategies in response to the pace and depth of student understanding. I will assess student learning by administrating group presentations, projects, and tests to assess their learning. My students will also use digital online tools for presentations. These assessments will provide me with an idea of whether my students are getting it and will give them an opportunity to receive feedback from me. I want meaningful learning in my classroom. I want my students to relate to what I'm teaching so that there's an accessible learning outcome. When the information is made tangible and personal, students tend to remember the information a lot easier. With innovation comes new ideas. My students and colleagues will always have something to teach me. If I don't welcome criticism or help, there's a possibility that I could become stagnant in my teaching. I enjoy learning from others, attending PDs, and reading articles that challenge me to excel in my work because my teaching can always be improved. The relationship we have with students is a crucial part of our job. Patty Evans and Candace Barnes of the University of Central Arkansas said, "When your students see and understand that your primary purpose is to serve, we help create the next generation of passionate, committed individuals who will in turn serve their generation." I will serve my students by being authentic through my presence when I teach, by being a good listener, and by being available, in turn hopefully integrating my intellectual virtue. My next point is my innovative and inclusive classroom. How do I, as the instructor, get my students to participate by engaging in classroom conversations? First off, my students will learn each other's names to get acquainted with each other. I will also have students display their names on their desks so that I can call on them by name during class. If I am an online teacher, students will introduce themselves on the discussion board where participation will be required and tracked, because not knowing students' names accounts for limited participation. If I will give participation points to my students when they participate, because students care about their grade and they will do what they need to do to improve it. Participation also helps students think critically and argue more efficiently. In the event that I have the same participants continuously sharing, I will encourage them to move their participation to the next level by not just answering questions, but by asking questions. My students will be innovative by demonstrating how to use web-based digital tools and social media to deliver knowledge based on their findings in the exercise and wellness class. They will experiment and apply methods and ideas to find solutions to the topics covered in class. Attendance and promptness will be required to pass my course, because studies confirm that the relationship between attendance and grades is crucial. One way to ensure students come to class on time is to give them 5-point quizzes at the beginning of class. The questions will cover content we've learned in previous weeks. If students do not show up on time, they will miss out on the opportunity to receive the points. I believe in teamwork and collaboration. My students will work together in my inclusive classroom. According to Jan Engel, by working in teams, students develop high levels of thinking, negotiating, feedback, communicating, interpersonal, intercultural, and project managing skills. Another area I believe in is faculty-student interaction outside of the classroom. According to Dr. Alexander Aston, faculty student interaction is an essential component of the collegiate experience that helps students' development both cognitively and effectively. As an instructor, I will meet with my students outside the classroom by attending student-faculty functions and make it a point to talk to my students, just get to know them on a one-on-one basis. In closing, my mission as a teacher is to impart knowledge on my students, in turn giving them the power and the knowledge to make a lasting impact in the world.